Hello and welcome to another episode of Leaky Faucet Game Hunts and More. Let's make a few more trips to Goodwill and see what we can find, this time featuring Shaky Cam. There was nothing in the game section unfortunately, but hey, a DualShock 3 in the housewares. This is why we check every section of the store. I also found a Jack Reacher novel. My dad has a fascination with these, so I picked this up for him. I definitely don't need an old Magnavox radio, but I love the look of it. So clean and so cool. And here's a DirecTV system from who knows when, I'm sure that's useful. Check it out, HD DVDs. Remember these things? And here is something that I really doubt that you remember. A CED. In all my years going to thrift stores, yard sales, flea markets, and pawn shops, I have never seen one of these, even once. Today was just the day for outdated and obscure video formats. Never heard of the movie before, but it's described as an erotic thriller on Wikipedia. Interesting. Definitely the most interesting thing to be found in the record section today. I was tempted to get it, but I talked myself out of it. Hey look, another controller thrown in with the miscellaneous stuff in the back. I wonder what bootleg contraption this goes to. And another fish tank. This one's a lot cleaner than the one from the last episode. And now would be a good time to give an update on the Xbox from the previous episode. It didn't work, I was unable to fix it, and there was no disc inside the tray. Oh well, I was still able to get what little money I spent on it back by selling it on eBay as a defective unit. Just a pro tip, anytime you have a game system or a consumer electronic device of any kind really, check the market for defective items on eBay. There are repair guys out there who will buy up things that you wouldn't necessarily expect. Back at Goodwill the next day, and a wild complete-in-box Game Boy Advance game has appeared. This is a first for me. I haven't seen a complete-in-box GBA game in the wild since they were new. But damn, I wish it was a game that I would actually like to have. I was still excited to see it at first though, because it means complete-in-box Game Boy Advance games are still out there and still getting donated to Goodwill. But then I got really sad. I can't help but think that more games were donated and I missed out on them. What I saw was merely the scraps. The second most interesting thing in the store was an empty bottle of 7-Up, in case you want to know what kind of day it was. Back again, the game shelf population is now 4. I rarely see physical PC games here, so this is a bit of a surprise. Isn't Civ 5 a recent title? I get all of my PC games digitally, so it isn't for me, but it'll probably be a nice find for someone. Boy howdy. Check out this IBM computer thing. I'm not sure what this is. Can someone help me? Some of the keys are stuck. And something for the local weebs. Pints of Guinness make you strong, and I'll need strength to drag myself back to Goodwill tomorrow with the luck I've been having. Well, hello Dolly! Now this is what I'm talking about. I'm not really interested in military tactics games, and the copy of MGS2 was badly scratched, but Manhunt, I've been looking for this one. And look inside, the sequel is in there too. 2 games for the price of 1. Hell yeah! Now, I really thought my awesome luck was going to continue, but the Goodwill gods were not having it. When I was a kid, I had a Nintendo DS carrying case that looked exactly like this. Imagine my excitement when I picked it up and it was heavy. But no, it was full of like lotion and makeup and stuff that was probably expired even if it was stuff that you wanted. There was also one of those old Mattel handhelds, the soccer one. I didn't get it just because I thought it was priced a bit steep considering that I didn't know whether or not it worked. Oh well, at least I didn't go home empty-handed. Final Goodwill trip for this episode, and you'll have to forgive me for the lack of footage. The store was stupid crowded that day and it was hard to film. First find though is a Wii set that I passed on. It was missing some cables, the games were all shovelware, and who knows if the system worked or not. For a decent price I'd have taken the gamble and bought it, but it was stupid high, like $25 or something. I can't really blame the employee who priced it because it did come with a lot of stuff, and they likely didn't understand that most of the stuff was junk. It was filled to the brim with crap like those plastic tennis rackets and golf club peripherals that you shove your Wiimote into that used to be everywhere. Yeah, no thanks. And over in the toy section is a Guitar Hero controller that I don't need. And another bootleg thing. Checking out the books, here's a copy of Persepolis. Gonna have to snatch that. I hardly ever find comics at Goodwill. You've got mail. When I finally made my way over to the game section, the Wii was in the back with the miscellaneous stuff. I went there first because the area where the games are was so packed with people. I found Gears of War 3, God of War Ascension, and Gran Turismo 6. Nice! Oh, and here's my copy of Persepolis as well. While waiting in line, I saw an employee taking a cart full of stuff to the back, and I noticed that they had some Stephen King novels and Goosebumps books, so I had to stop them and pick them up. I dig Stephen King, and I've recently started to collect the original run of Goosebumps books too, because I loved them as a kid. This is the first time that I have ever been able to add to my haul while waiting in line to check out. And that does it for another episode of Leaky Faucet Game Hunts and more. Let's now take a look at everything I got, what I paid for it, including tax, and what I saved, based on the average sold eBay price, including shipping, from the 5 most recent listings at the time of my purchase. I am, of course, only considering items that are of a similar condition to the ones that I picked up, and I am including shipping in the total. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing, leaving a thumbs up, sharing, and ringing the bell so you don't miss the next episode. And remember, if there are thrift stores near you, there are treasures waiting to be found.